Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. Today, Scott and I are at Lookout Key, so we are having a great day, but no worries. We recorded this one a bit early. Ricky joins us, and instead of listener questions, we have some good times around the test track retheming that's debuting this month. And we talk about attractions around Walt Disney World where when they've morphed from one version of the attraction to a new version of the attraction, was that a net negative or positive? Was it better or worse when we got the new version of the attraction? So we talk about the Tiki Room. We go with Ellen's Energy Adventure to Cosmic Rewind, Great Movie Ride to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and more. So we have great discussions on why attractions get rethemed and what we think of the new version. So see if you agree or disagree with our thoughts on today's show. Don't forget today's podcast, always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even Adventures by Disney vacation for no additional cost to you. So check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's Prime Days on Amazon Prime, and if you click through our link, you kind of make it a double win for us. So please use that link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And finally, thank you to our patrons. You guys make the show possible. Can't thank you enough for that. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2723 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from beourguestpodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a great week. I know I am. I know Scotty G is. Ricky probably is, but probably not as good as us. But, you never know. I mean, you're probably having a great week down in Atlanta, but we're going to have a good time today, and we're going to put the listener questions on hiatus for 1 week because, of course, we did have to record this one a bit early because hanging out Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. For the very first time, Scott and I were checking out this new island and seeing all it has to offer. Maybe doing a little Junkanoo today. Checking out, what's the name of the place to eat here, Scott? I forget.
I know nothing about this island. So.
Oh, really?
It's something, it's got like a dual name, like it's something.
It does, and I can't think of it either. I know I've eaten there.
It's not like Cookies 2's where we eat on Castaway. I had it just at the tip of my tongue, and I just totally, as soon as I hit the record button, my brain goes
It is.
south.
Hold on. I'm looking it up right now
something,
because I did eat there.
Is it the True Barbecue?
True Barbecue.
I
That's
couldn't remember the
That's it.
word. Yes.
And True True
Two. Exactly.
Yes.
And I'm going to go to 2, I think, because I go to
It's
Cookies
such-
too. So I got to
It's
feel like
such a tongue twister. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
So anyway, we're going to have a good time today.
And they
on
have
the
really
beach.
good food. I'm not gonna lie. I had some really good barbecue chicken and corn and
It's ribs for me.
potato salad. Yeah, it was good.
Always ribs on a
Brian-
cruise.
Brian had a burger and some fries. Yeah, I'm looking
Always-
at the pictures right now. Oh, there's also Serenity Bay Barbecue.
Yes.
That's where we ate at actually. So yeah, we ate at Serenity Bay Barbecue.
I'll eat at all of them. I'll eat at all the bays and all the
You'll just
queues.
go.
I'll
You'll just go.
Yes,
Yeah.
wherever there's food. All right, so we're going to be having a good time today. We got a topic I think you're going to enjoy by listener Deanna. She suggested it, and she is also with us at Lighthouse Point Lookout Key today. We're going to be having a good time, so thanks for the suggestion. Joining me today, Scotty G, Must See Adventures. Scott, what's going on? We're hanging out at the beach.
And I'm having a very good day, and the experience that is rare these days, a brand new Disney experience. I love it when these happen. So experience a new island. It's not like super new these days, but it's new to us, right? So very excited to do this. I know Ricky was just sharing all these great things that she did on the island. So maybe she can give me like a 90-second highlight reel for me of what she likes to do here. So maybe I can get some ideas, but very excited to be experiencing the island today. Just a gorgeous day. I almost said Serenity Bay, but I won't be on Serenity Bay. Lookout Key. It's going to be an awesome day.
Mm-hmm.
As you say that, you just cursed us. It'll probably.
I know I did. I
thunderstorms.
know. I meant. Yeah, I know.
The first tropical
Actually,
depression
I
of the year.
manifest
Why
things,
did you
so
say
it
that?
really is going to be a beautiful day. I just know it is.
Scotty G. Scotty G.
He's doing it twice.
I know, Scotty G. All right, also joining us, we have Ricky from a DisneyWorldAfterAll.com, and check out the mouseforless.com for all your trip planning needs. Ricky, happy Wednesday. What's up?
So I did actually just do a video about Lookout Key, Lookout K. I still don't know which one it is.
It's key. It's always
and
key.
you can find the key. Okay, got it. Because they actually just celebrated their 1-year anniversary. So if you go to a Disney World After All on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or whatever video watching platform you prefer, you'll be able to find the video that I did. And yeah, it's such a great island. It's so different than Castaway Key, because like for me, this island is more about the culture, and Castaway Key is more about relaxation in a way. So those are some interesting, like they have the cultural center, which is fantastic. They do some crafts and things like that. They also do a show that you don't want to miss out on. It's really, I mean, it's somewhat short. It's like maybe 5 minutes or so, but it's really cute. Mickey and Minnie come out. There's a band that comes out and performs, and I mean, they are on fire. Let me tell you, they put out some amazing music, and they traipse all through the island and stuff like that. So it's a really great little show that they do. And the island itself has some really unique areas as well. They've got some play areas for kids. They've got, like we said before, a couple of dining locations that you can go to. They have modeled it very much after Castaway Key, but it's got its own flair and its own vibe, and it's such a great vibe. I love it. So, and the really great part is, if you want to, you can actually walk from like the family area to the adult area, and like it's a straight stretch, which is kind of nice because obviously at Castaway Key you can't do that. So this is actually a really nice perk of you can just walk straight through, and it's because of the island is a very different kind of island than Castaway Key is. Let's just kind of put it that way. So yeah, it's a really great island though. I really liked it. I really liked it a lot.
I'm excited to take the nature stroll and go down to see the little lighthouse building too.
Yeah, we didn't do that. It was a little. I think it's on a different track than where we headed. So, but I mean, I'm sure it's very cool to be able to see as well.
We'll check that out. All right, so today we're gonna have a good time with this fun topic because it's inspired by something going on at Walt Disney World right now while we're out at sea, and it's these previews for Test Track 3.0. Right now we've had the cast member previews happen already. Right now we're in the midst of AP and DVC previews that are going on this week and for about another week and a half. And if you're in one of those select groups, you can check out all the sites to see how you can get in on those. Virtual queues happening for those, but no virtual queue once we get into the actual ride. So
hallelujah.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I've never been more happy to be wrong. Thank goodness. I wasn't wrong because technically it is happening for the preview, like the annual pass holder preview, but I was wrong in the sense of like it happened full out. So
it was pretty easy to read because they had a single rider and the sign was out there. That's the only thing I saw. So it wasn't that tough. So anyway,
I'm in a pickle with this.
Go ahead, Scott. What you got?
I'm in a bit of a pickle. So I'm DVC, and there's a day there's going to be DVC preview right after the cruise.
Right.
And I will be in Florida, but the sign up is on our Castaway Key Day.
Oh,
I saw that.
And I'm not one. I kind of don't want to buy the internet. Like I'm on the fence because like I like to enjoy the cruise, but I like to share stuff too.
I'll have it, dude. You can just use my phone if you need to.
Yeah. So I thought about that. So and I could probably have a friend back home help too. You never know. So. But then
that's a bummer.
But I'm an annual pass holder too, and we go home on the 13th, which is the first day for annual pass holders. But you have to get a park reservation for Epcot, and I thought ahead of time on this, so I was like, all right, I'm going to get a park reservation for the 11th and the 12th. I did not get one for the 13th.
No.
And then boom, of course that was the day, and then I couldn't get one for the 13th.
Of course.
But before I left work today, I took one last look and boom, it was available. So I actually have one for the 13th now too. So I might have 2 shots at doing Test Track. So I'm super excited. So hopefully I can do it and give a review on the podcast when I get back.
The interesting part though about the DVC one is that it's just a sign up. which I think is really interesting that they're doing it that way. You know, instead of just, hey, show your, because it's only one day. So like, couldn't you be like, hey, show your DVC card or whatever, and you get in? Or I guess I don't know,
Yeah, so
but
the
like,
DVC members just happen to be staying there. So
yeah,
like, I don't know.
just
We'll see
happen
how
to
it
be
goes.
there. Yeah, that's a weird thing. That it's only one day, and it's and it's the day before the annual pass holder previews, and I don't get how they're doing that one. Like, couldn't they have mixed it in with the two? I don't know. So anyway,
It'll be interesting. But sorry, I cut you off there, Mike. I just
No,
wanted to share a
it's-
little detail on that. But
No, it's totally fine. Just we're getting into this exciting time because obviously it looks like the ride is primed and ready to rock, and they're just getting, the groups that get the first crack at it and get some, hopefully some positive press out there. And from what I'm seeing with this test track redo into 3.0, it's getting really rave reviews, which, the critics are always out there, right? I mean, you see social media and it just seems like it's usually negative. You see a lot of negative on social media with, I don't like this, I don't like that. And from the usual suspects, I mean, because, I'm reading this stuff, I'm not seeing it this time around.
No?
I'm seeing this is a really nice retheming. This is a great attraction. I'm seeing people saying this is one of the best things you can do on property at this point. And I have not watched any of the videos because I'm trying to stay spoiler free because I do like Test Track a lot. And I want my first experience back to be my first experience. I don't want it to be Bob's, point of view video. That's not me. Because like Scott said, we very rarely at this point in our lives get a, air quotes, new Disney experience. And this is going to be a relatively new experience with a rethemed attraction. So I want to have that, hold that for myself when I go down for probably marathon weekend. It could be before that, who knows? But I'm excited for what I'm hearing, that there's a lot of people, raving about it, not just like lukewarm, like people are jumping on this saying, well done. So I'm excited for it. So we got to thinking about rethemes. Well, first of all, what are you guys, you guys are on social media a lot. Ricky, you're hearing the same thing. it looks like they nailed it on this one.
Absolutely. And I'm like you, I'm avoiding all the spoilers because I actually will be down there 3 days after it opens. So I was smart. I also made my reservations for Epcot, and I had another reservation and I switched it so that I had a couple shots at it to see which day I ended up was able to get on it. I was also kind of worried about the virtual queue thing. So I'm like, I'm going to make sure that I have it set up. So I'm glad I don't have to worry about the virtual queue. But I'm trying to avoid the spoilers as much as I can so that I can have a new kind of experience a couple days after. And again, I'm going to try to avoid the spoilers for the new parade, nighttime parade too, because again, I'll be there that same week that it debuts. So I have both set up to be able to experience, and I'm really excited because, like you said, Mike, I have heard nothing but positive feedback, and I've only seen a couple of pictures of both the queue. I'm so glad, first of all, that they got rid of the build your own car.
Yeah, me
too. Thank you. That was so terrible. It just, the idea was great in theory at first, but like as time went on, it did not age well. And so I'm so glad that we're not doing that anymore. And I'm glad that the attraction itself, they seem to have used more of the actual space, because I think that they kind of, because it was like Tron track, they obviously used a lot of screens, and this, I feel like it had, from what I've seen, has a little more physical sets, which I appreciate. I love to see that. So I'm really glad that they have gone this route, and I'm so excited to be able to get the chance to ride it here soon. I know I'm going to wait in a terribly long line. Luckily, it will be just Brian and me, so maybe we'll hit up the single rider line and just wait in that, although goodness knows, we've been in the single rider line for Test Track and had it go like really long too. So who knows how long I'll end up waiting for that ride, but I'm going to get on it at some point in the next, when the week it opens. So I'm excited for that.
So Scott, where's your 1 to 10 excitement level for 3.0 Test Track?
it's a 10. I'm super excited.
10.
So I will say, when we planned our first trip in 2011, Test Track was one of the things I was the most excited for. When we had all the planning books, I was like, oh my gosh, girls, there's this thing, you just you go through this thing, there's crash dummies, and then you do this big loop, this is gonna be super cool. And I wrote it first myself, because we weren't sure about the height with Emily. So I went on it solo. I was like, oh my gosh, I think Emily might be tall enough. And I think I told the story on the podcast, so sorry ahead of time, but Emily had a blowout in mine. So I was worried we weren't going to be able to do it again, but cast member found us like a secret path where we could take care of that business, and then we came back and did it. And I was like, this is amazing. And then like shortly after that trip, they're like, oh yes, we're going to shut down the ride for a refurbishment. And then I was like, oh man, that was so cool. Why are they going to do that? And then we got Test Track 2.0, and like, man, it kind of bummed me out. I was like, I only got to do that ride like that one trip. Like I was just falling in love with Walt Disney World from that first trip, and this was like an experience like I just really remembered. It was one I was looking forward to, and it didn't let me down. And then they refurbished it, and I was like, why is Walt Disney World doing this to me? And then I still rode it. Like the build a car thing was flat. Like the whole thing was just like disappointing. So like now I feel like, oh man, now I get another opportunity to try it new again. And like I think you guys can hear it in my voice. Like I'm just so excited to start over again with Test Track, go back to 2011 when I rode it the first time. So I'm just super excited to start over with it and see how it goes.
There's so many new experiences, right? It's the new queue, it's the new attraction. It's also going to have a new kind of like score. It's going to have a new sound to it, and it's all going to have a new store at the exit, and like there's like a post show. I mean, there's a lot to this experience.
I'm a big GM. My dad retired from GM. My uncle's retired. So I'm a big like car family, and General Motors has just been a big, they supported like my whole life growing up basically. So I just love that. It's always had like a General Motors like background to it. So just super excited to try it out and see the merchandise store afterwards, and just cannot wait to get in those seats.
Same here. My father-in-law was a mechanic for GM, and like I remember first time I went with Pam, like we had to take all the pictures outside with like the GM sign and all that stuff for Don, and like in the store, all the GM merch and stuff. So yeah, it's the same thing here. So we're excited for it. But that kind of leads to today's conversation we're gonna have for about the next 25-30 minutes, where we're going to talk good or bad, where the latest version of an attraction, good or better or worse. So I'm going to give an example of one from recent memory that people like freaked out about, and just so we can like get the conversation going. Remember when Yago was added to the Tiki room under new management? Terrible.
I don't,
You're
but
totally
I've heard about
stealing
this.
mine.
You never went to it?
Good,
You never saw Yago when he was in the Tiki room?
It was, you
Dude,
are lucky.
That was the worst. I mean, there've been some bad, like do-overs or whatever we're going to call these, redos or whatever what we did. Man, that thing was horrible. Like,
it was so awful.
When they went back to the original kind of, it's not exactly the original, but it's more like the original at this point. Thank you. Like,
yes,
because, that was so bad.
It was so bad.
I mean, I know it was like a different
time. The new
time.
management was pretty bad.
Oh yeah. Man, it was so annoying. Like, and it was just, I mean, it was like that thing screamed.
Grating.
That guy just annoyed me. It was the Godfrey or whatever his name was.
Godfrey. Yeah.
Just his voice. I mean, he was just annoying. Like, God rest his soul. I know he passed away. And I know that was like his shtick. Like, it was his comedy thing. But man, like, could they have made that thing more annoying? Like, you're in this little area with that bird that is like, is being
and it's
annoying.
A classic Disney attraction. Like the Walt Disney attraction,
So that one goes, well, hang on. This guy like a stock up, stock down situation.
Oh, we're going to go to the soundboard here, maybe.
The soundboard. That one is definitely a stock down. No, on that redo. If we're going to have the sounds, we're going to use them. So that one is bad news.
But,
okay, go ahead.
Mike, let's just be honest. Stock up when this was going to be mine. So stock up when it caught on fire, and they ended up being like, you know what? Let's go back to the original because we know people don't like the under new management. We know it's a terrible version of this attraction, and and we know that people actually like the original version of this attraction a lot better. So let's put it back in, and obviously in a modified way, of course. But yeah, let's update this and put it back in. And so that was definitely a stock up. I'm not gonna lie.
Old reference. Whoever flicked the bic. Okay, Scott. Who's what do you got for an attraction that's either gotten better or worse during a theming or an update?
Me,
Scott.
Oh, Scott. Okay.
Oh, well.
Oh, Ricky, I don't care. Whoever can go. Whoever, I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Right. Ricky, go for it.
Okay, go Ricky.
All right. Ladies first. So
it doesn't matter.
So I'm actually going to go with another relatively new one that just debuted. And as much as it pains me to say, I'm gonna go with Country Bear Jamboree. I think the new version is actually really, really decent. I love the old version. Don't get me wrong. I think the old version. I mean, I have a lot of nostalgia for the old version, but I think the new version is definitely a step up in the right direction. I, have gone in there with Lucy, and she really, really likes it. She claps along. She's intrigued, by the show, and she really has a good time. And so for that, I feel like, the songs, I was a little iffy on the Disney songs being added, but they've done a really good job of melding it in with the whole, Nashville kind of theme to it, and I really appreciate what they did there. And yeah, I think it's a step up in the right direction on Country Bear Jamboree. And I did not think I would say that, because I really was one of those who actually loved the original version. As inappropriate as the original version was, I really loved it. But it's a positive for sure.
Yeah. And I'm super nostalgic, right? I do not like change. I have the same thing for lunch every day.
What?
I do not like
No.
change. I hate change. But I will say they did the right thing there. Like,
did.
because there's enough, not because I went and saw it when I was down for Cool Kids Summer. I saw it twice. And they kept enough nods to the original show. Like, you can see where, like, the burr, like Big Al, the burr. Like, there's enough of that if you knew the old show, you can see the references. But they brought it where people were cheering and singing and everything, like kids. Like, kids aren't going to get that old show. Like, they don't care. But, like,
Right.
everybody was having a good time with the new show. So, yes, they brought it into 2025, and it's well done. Stock up on that one. They did it right. They kept it relevant. So I'm cool on that. So I'm giving it another stock up. Scott, I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen it, the new one?
So I've not seen it, so I can't say anything. I'll say, like,
Oh,
no, I mean, there's kind of a reason I haven't seen it, because I love
Oh,
Country Bear Jamboree.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I am not a country western music kind of guy, but like, I'm always clapping.
There's pop music in
I'm-
it, though. There's pop music in it.
I'm dancing in the aisleway. Like, I just loved that show, and it kind of like, oh man, they're gonna
I
change
think
it.
you'll like it. I
So-
really do.
I'm-
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've
There's
only been once.
there's like a Katy Perry song in it, I
Yeah.
think, or something.
Oh, okay. I've only been once since
Isn't there?
since they changed it. It was like that.
It's
that
Shakira.
Thanksgiving trip.
Shakira. See, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
sure.
the Do Anything. Like, and I love that song. Da, 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 like to Try Anything or whatever that song is. Like, I love that song.
And it's
But,
done really well in the attraction too.
So,
So
so I can't rate it. I haven't done it yet. And Mike and Ricky, like, I've heard similar commentary from both of you. I've heard that it's been done really well. So maybe I'll give it a shot. So, Mike, you've done like a bad, and Ricky's done a good.
Okay.
So I'm going to do what I consider a neutral. Actually, I think this works
I don't
out
have a
really
sound
well.
for that, but okay. Just
I know,
a
but
silent sound.
I was trying to think, like, I think I'm actually really neutral on this one, and I think you guys will know what I mean, and that's Soarin'. When they
that was on my
Soarin',
list too.
when
Okay.
they rethemed Soarin' to Soarin' Around the World, I'm just like, okay, like, it's not necessarily that bad, but it's not great.
Yeah, I agree with this assessment.
And I like what they're trying to do, having a Soarin' Around the World at Epcot. But here's like where, like, I would be kind of like put it on the bad side. Like, it needs to be soaring over California at all times at DCA. And
Yes.
it bugs me that it's
Yes,
not.
yes.
Or can you interchange them? Can it be like Star Tours where, like, I'm Concourse C and I don't know which one I'm gonna get today. Like,
Good
can you just change it on me every now and then too? So I'm kind of just neutral on the change. I just wish I could have both, because I think it's a really easy flick of a button
I feel like.
to make it happen.
Yeah, I feel like with this one, I agree with you. I'm more neutral on it, maybe a little more negative on it than neutral. But the thing that bothers me about it is the heavy use of like digital
CGI.
Yeah, CGI. Yeah, if they had just filmed it and done it in a natural way, I wouldn't have such a problem with it. I think it would actually, I would probably like it a lot more if they'd done it just in a natural way.
For sure, for
But the
sure.
CGI kills me and it takes me out of it all the time. And so that's the part that I don't like about that
Yeah.
version.
You just
It's
want to be like, can I just watch California now, please?
because the California one is at least natural looking, like I don't need a polar bear looking at me and, basically almost waving. Like I don't need that. Like just
Wait,
show me.
whoa. That polar bear is not real?
No, it's not.
Shut
Yeah.
up. Oh
I don't
my
need-
God, stop.
But-
I don't need a whale jumping out at me and splashing. Like
Yeah.
just give me
Mike,
natural.
Mike, jump in. What are your thoughts on this one? I think you're California as well, right?
Yeah, okay, he's down.
I'm down on the redo. I get why they made Soarin' Around the World, right? If this was a World Showcase attraction, it would even make more sense, but it's in Future World, right? I mean, I'm still gonna call it Future World.
Yeah,
It's how I roll. But the thing is, like,
World nature.
it's still Future World. Whatever.
can't-
It's too hard. There's three of them. It's too hard.
I'm all about change and like growth, but like for some reason, I really struggle with these natures.
They turned one thing into three. It's like, dude, they're multiplying. I can't keep track of what's what. It's Future World. Forget it. It's the front of the park. Okay, so here's the deal. This soaring over California was, like you said, I just loved it.
The perfect.
And the
thing.
score, man, the score just went with it. Like I can picture like every
Smells.
sound with every scene, and like the sounds exactly like it's burned into my brain. Like it's just, you don't mess with perfect. I still like soaring over around the world. That's fine. But man, soaring over California is just, it's it. It's just, that's
I know.
it
I
for
said
me.
neutral, and now I'm getting like angry. The more I talk about it, like if Elizabeth was, if my wife,
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
if Elizabeth
You're like,
was
no,
in
this
here,
sucks.
she would be so mad at me because like every time we ride Soarin', like she gets angry. She's just like, what is this? Like, why is this not California? And then I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, why is it not California? Because California's so good.
And you have to note, like, granted, they did add the extra theater, but I don't think that that's why the wait times have gone down so much for this attraction. I really do feel like the actual attraction, because I think when it was California, because they did do a test of California for a while there recently.
They did.
And I feel like that was a huge success. So I don't know. I don't think people are keen on the around the world version either. So I think we're on the right track there.
Okay, let's go to Dennis, the cruise father, in the chat, because he has a great one to suggest for us. And he says,
I had this one written down.
Oh, did you have
I
this
did
one written
too.
down? But I think it's a great one. So he says, stock up. All of a sudden turned into a stock up or down show, which I like. The great movie ride going to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So what do we think about this rethink? Because I mean, that is a total, like, it's the building, but it's a totally brand new attraction. It's not like, I mean, Test Track 2.0 to 3.0, it's still Test Track. I mean, it's a lot different, but it's still a racing. I mean, this is a totally different. I mean, it's not the same attraction, period. It's just the same building. That's it.
That's all it is. Same building.
Yeah, I mean,
You
there's nothing the same
took-
about it.
Not only did you like change like the ride, you took the movie trailers out. You took the theater out, which like, oh, I mean, the theater I guess is still kind of there, but I just loved watching those movie trailers. Like, I don't know why. Like, oh, I have so many thoughts on this. Like, and I've said it before. Like, you could have just moved that to that
Yes.
animation theater area that you have there. Why couldn't you just move Mickey and Minnie's over there and just kept Great Movie Ride where it is? Like, I love Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but I'm stocked down because the Great Movie Ride was timeless. It was so perfect. Why it should have just stayed where it was at the end of Hollywood Boulevard there.
Agreed. I absolutely agree. I mean, Great Movie Ride was the park.
Yes.
It was Disney's Hollywood Studios, and of course, it was Disney MGM Studios, which is unfortunately why it got the axe. But it was far superior. Anytime you have an attraction with audio animatronics, I mean, that's going to be far superior in my opinion. And this one has some, but certainly relies on screens, obviously a lot to tell the story. And that's just not my favorite. And I think it's a very well done attraction. I do enjoy riding it, but I don't love what they replaced it for. You know, if like Scott said, if they had put this anywhere else in the park, I think I'd be fine with it. It's just the fact that it replaced Great Movie Ride, and yeah, I know it was dated for a lot of people, but the story was so good, and they could have maybe replaced a few, updated a few of the movies and stuff like that, but it was such a great attraction, and it was such a classic attraction. It's hard to, like, say goodbye to that and know that they replaced it with Mickey and Minnie's, which is a great attraction in itself, but just wrong place.
I'm with
That's
you.
why I love it at Disneyland. I mean, it's great at Disneyland, but
Yeah, it's in Toontown.
what are you gonna say, Mike?
I'm stocked down on it too, because the Great Movie Ride, and I'm not even a movie guy, right? I do not go to the movies. I don't watch. I mean, I did when I was a kid. Like, I remember my first movie I went to was the Muppet movie. My grandma took me to the Village Square Theater in Hazelwood, 270 in Lindbergh, and I saw the Muppet. I remember seeing, the first thing I saw, the big, screen comes up, Kermit's playing the banjo. I mean, it blew me away. But I mean, the thing about the Great Movie Ride was, like, I remember standing in line in those switchbacks and enjoying watching, like, those trailers of Westerns.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you weren't even on the ride yet. Like, you were, but I was enjoying it. Now, Mickey and Minnie's has that cool effect, though, where you walk right through the screen. I mean, that blows me away every time, too. Like the cast member is part of the action, and you walk right through the screen. That's like, whoa, that's pretty. I mean, that's impressive. But the Great Movie Ride, for somebody that's not a movie fan, made me want to, like, go home and see 1930s or whenever that era was of musicals. And I could care less about musicals, really, to be honest. But, like, it made me want to know, like, about gangster movies or James Cagney. I don't know what James Cagney, I don't know anything about James Cagney. But, like, every time I got off that, I wanted to, like, for a brief minute, like, explore that genre more. And it really got me invested. And, if I was flipping through on cable, like on a Saturday, and I saw one of those movies, like that I like a scene that I'd recognize, I watched it. And I think that was, it made that connection to me. And so I think that's kind of what the Great Movie Ride did. And I think that's what Disney does with a lot of things so well. And I just don't want them to get away from that, where Mickey and Minnie's is great. I mean, this is where I just wish Disney didn't always do, like, addition by subtraction. I just wish they would add, period, because I like to have both. So, and plus, here's another just little side hot take. Sometimes I have a hard time with things that came around COVID. Like, and I associate Mickey and Minnie's with COVID.
Yes. I mean, it opened right before COVID.
I know.
So,
and I have a sweatshirt that I got during a COVID reopening trip, and I just never wear it because it reminds me of COVID. Like, I have a hoodie, and it's just like, it sits there. Like, it's a cool sweatshirt. But I just, like, it was just such a weird time. And that's a weird thing. It's just like, it wasn't the best times. I don't know. That's just me. Yeah.
And one last thing, though, on that Great Movie Ride, though, like, that final scene, like, you're just sitting in that vehicle just watching, like, that movie montage was, like, the best.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like, oh my God.
I quoted so many lines from that. I still do around the house. I'm like, wait a minute, you ain't seen nothing yet. I say that all the time in my house. Like from, like, the jazz singer or whatever. And, like, my God, that montage just gives me goosebumps.
Same. Oh my God. Like, and all those cars.
And I know someone recreated it. Like, someone that used to be on, like, Lou Mangello's podcast, like, recreated it. Like, I can Google it and find it, but, like, I now watch it sometimes, but, like, man, it was so good.
Yeah, if it didn't make you want to get up and go to the movies, nothing would. Yeah.
Right. I know.
Yeah. Oh man, no, I love
this episode's got us all fired up.
Yeah, because seriously, you would just, like, all those cars would kind of, like, congregate all together,
and it had, like, the slow build up music.
Yes!
And like, then it would go into the entertainer, like, do.
Yes.
And it's sort of like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and, like, oh my God, so many great movies in that. Oh, so
bring back the Great Movie Ride, please. Oh
yes.
Yeah, this is killing me. Okay, Ricky, give us another. We got.
All right, I have a positive one, so that way we're going in the right direction.
I had a positive one
Okay,
too.
let's go.
One bad, one positive.
I didn't even realize we're getting negative. Okay, go ahead.
All All right. So this is one that I don't think it's a lot of press, but in our family, it's a big deal. So I'm gonna go with Canada, the film in Canada, which I know that so many people just completely bypass, but for our family, Brian makes it a must do. And I have to say that the update they did where they added Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy has made it a much more enjoyable experience than seeing Martin Short back when he had very sketchy facial work done. And he looks a little more natural again now. Yeah, his face looked a little off back then. So I'm very happy though to have Canada, or well, whatever it's called now, Canada Far and Wide. I think it's a really great attraction. They've incorporated the song, which we love in our family and will sing frequently as well. And it's a really, really great attraction. And if you haven't caught the film, you really need to. It really does tell the story of Canada very well. And as somebody who has visited Canada, granted we've just been to a few places in Canada, but it's it's still a really great show that showcases so much of what that country has to offer. So
It's so cool.
I love the Canada film. I think it's great, and the new version is just so much better than the old version.
All right, let's go a little quicker on these. Sky G, we got on Canada.
Yeah, but that song is so great. We sing
Oh,
that
it's
song
so
all the
great.
time.
It's so great.
Is it?
It's so
Is
great.
it? I mean, the original Canada song, like Canada, Canada.
Yeah. Far and Wide. That song is so good. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's so good.
A little bit of trivia for you two. What attraction also closed around the same time Great Movie Ride was closing? Do you remember what Epcot attraction was
Oh,
closing?
yes. Universe of Energy. Yes.
And what replaced that?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. So I will say
much better.
That is a no-brainer. I know Mike might disagree a little bit, but
no, I mean I can't
Rewind,
even. I mean I did like that attraction, but dude, you can't argue for that
but
one.
Ellen's was kind of awesome. Like
Ellen's was awesome.
AC for a little bit,
but you can't argue that. Yeah, I mean,
but
come on.
I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? Cosmic Rewind is like the hottest attraction at Walt Disney World right now. I mean, maybe not for long. I mean,
we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
But super awesome. Like that's a no-brainer to me. Like they definitely improved that one. I think we're all in agreement. That was a great addition and improvement for a retheme. I mean, that was like, is that even a retheme? Like I don't know. I mean, it was the same building footprint, I guess, but they
sort
just
of, but not even
totally
demolished.
regutted it, rethemed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, what about okay, so let's go with another one for I'm Dennis's person here.
Spokesperson.
Yes. What about Maelstrom? Speaking of Epcot, to Frozen.
This was hard for me
on this one because they made it longer with Frozen. Like and I prefer I'd rather get a longer ride, but I just kind of like Maelstrom better though. You know.
That's me. Maelstrom was like it fit, and again I know here we go again. Like today's generation. The IP, the connection to Anna and Elsa in the movie and all that, like it fits for the short attention span little kids today. But Maelstrom fit the original reasons that World Showcase was there. Like it took you on a Viking journey and it told you about the culture of Norway. And I loved how the boat peeked out the little waterfall. Like you could see it from outside the attraction. They closed the hole. Exactly.
Yeah,
like you could see it in the polar bear, and I just loved it, man. I loved it. Like Maelstrom was, and you got to see the little fishing village at the end. It felt like you're. I mean,
the video was good. Yeah.
Yes, nobody ever took advantage of seeing the video. Like that little kid that touched that ship, and it would go because we used to play that song on Magical Mouse Radio. And I left the station playing 24/7 in my basement, and I had the speakers on, kind of not loud, but if you were down there, and I'd be down. And that track would come on, it would scare me to death, or whatever it did.
The beauty of Norway is in our people.
Yes, freaked me out because I could picture it. But yeah, I would say to me, this is personal opinion. I'm not saying right or wrong, but I'm just saying for me, Maelstrom as
and the animatronics are kind of iffy a little bit on Frozen. So
if they didn't rely so much on the digital and they did actual audio animatronic faces like they've done in other, since at other attractions like in Tokyo and stuff like that, like if they'd done that, it would be so much better. And I really wish they'd update it and put in the real audio animatronic faces and get rid of the digital faces because there's just They're so freaky. They work really well on Seven Dwarfs, but that's because that's kind of, it's a different kind of attraction, and the dwarves are a little more animated. But I don't know, it just doesn't work very well for Frozen. As for me, like, I'm kind of torn. I miss Maelstrom a lot. I think it was a maybe not superior attraction. I enjoyed the fact that I could get on it and that I didn't have to wait forever for it. And the reason why I don't love Frozen is because I'm not waiting an hour for Frozen. It's too short for me to wait an hour for. So I don't ever ride it because I'm not waiting an hour. And it's hardly every once in a while I'll see where it's 45 minutes. And at that point, I'm like, ooh, do I want to get in line or not? Because it could actually be longer than the 45 minutes. It usually is. So if it wasn't ridiculously long wait, and maybe Test Track will help that a little bit now that we've got Guardians and we've got Remy's Ratatouille Adventure and we've got Test Track coming back online and we've got Soarin', and that maybe the park will be a little more manageable with wait times, and they'll evenly disperse a little bit better. But man, I'm not waiting over an hour for Frozen. So that's my problem with it. I can't sit in that queue for an hour. So that's for me.
So two things. That was Kyle's, by the way, Kyle's suggestion.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks to Kyle for that. And speaking on the previous one, over on Instagram, Carrie Ellen Brooks said that she misses Ellen to the point that she has a beloved dog that is named Stupid Judy.
I love it.
Oh, that's great.
I love it.
Stupid energy.
Dude, that is awesome. A dog named Stupid Judy.
I love it. That's fantastic.
All right. Anybody else we got about time for one more. We got to put one more in.
Do we want to take the obvious elephant in the room?
Oh, the elephant?
Dumbo?
No, not Dumbo.
I had Dumbo on my list.
But Dumbo is a good one, actually.
I thought it was like an obvious one.
I'm thinking
right?
Dumbo.
Like,
you're talking elephants,
I didn't actually mean Dumbo, but yes, Dumbo is it is one.
Because I think we'd all say that was a really well done re-theme.
Yeah, I think we're all
we're
just going to do a
because like that, I almost say that whole area in general, like because you could almost throw Barnstormer in there. It was like a really great re-theme to the park, but like you throw in that play area. We get so many like comments on the live show, even Mike. I feel like when we do our Sunday night live show, is like, oh my god, I just love that area. Yeah. My kids just want to play.
Can we just stay in there and not ride the ride?
On the ride?
Exactly, I know.
But and I just at night too, like I feel like they added that extra.
At night is the best time to ride it.
Yeah, they added that extra like lighting feature to the Dumbo. Like, and I just think moving it to where that was and changing that re-theme around to like that whole carnival thing was just a win.
Yeah.
So well done.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So when you said elephant in the room, yeah.
No,
I guess maybe.
What would you have? We're messing with you, Ricky. Give us the last one. What you got?
Maybe I should have said alligator in the room, because we have the Splash Mountain into Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which I know has a lot of love and hate on both sides. So I'm gonna say it's even for me. Actually, I guess I love Splash Mountain. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the attraction. The songs were what made it for me. Like the songs were so catchy, and that's really what made the attraction. But I do love Tiana's Bayou Adventure as well. Again, it's got such great music, and I think that they've done a very good job with it. They didn't skimp out on the audio animatronics, which I'm very happy about. They actually are audio animatronics that have real faces and not the digital ones, which I'm also very happy about. And I really think that they've done a good job kind of incorporating this new story in with Tiana's story of the past, if you've seen the Princess and the Frog. But for me, this is kind of like an even one. I feel like both were great attractions in their own right, and I'm hopefully gonna get to ride it here soon, because it's been a while since I've ridden Tiana's. So hopefully I'll get to hear.
I've not been on Tiana's yet.
Really?
I've not.
Oh my goodness. Nope. Well, maybe.
Mike doesn't like to get wet, though.
I do not like getting wet. I has to be optimal, like end of the day.
I sit in the back though as an effort to minimize the wet getting.
And I had a chance at Disneyland, and I'm like, dude, those people.
Oh no, Disneyland! No.
I know. That's the thing. I was not doing it because like Disneyland, I had the time, but I was like, dude, those people.
You get so drenched at Disneyland.
Like, no.
Don't.
I know.
I'm glad you didn't do it.
I know. I had the time there, but I was not doing it, man. Those people looked like they got out of the river.
When I rode Splash Mountain there, when it was Splash Mountain, I had to and don't ask me why I had an extra pair, but I had to change underwear. That's how that's how bad it was. Like I was like, I can't walk around like this. Like this is terrible. So yeah.
Okay,
That
we're
was-
moving on from that. Scott, so do you like Tiana's or were you following that?
Man, that's a great question because like Splash Mountain was probably like my favorite attraction in all of Walt Disney World. If you asked me, like Marlessa can talk about that, friend of the podcast. And I wrote it over Thanksgiving, and I will say that Tiana's Bayou Adventure is an improvement. It is
Okay,
better.
there we go. There we
I
go.
think it is. I think it is a wonderful attraction. The music is great. The animatronics, the storytelling, the detail put
Yeah.
into that. And I would just say Splash Mountain was it was getting some wear and tear over the years from when I first wrote it in 2011. And it needed a retheme. It needed some love. That's the thing. It needed it. Rides need retheme sometimes. That's like kind of the whole story just kind of wrapped this up. Like over time, like we love these things, right? And
Mhm.
it's hard to see a ride get a retheme, but they just need it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
And Splash Mountain was overdue. It needed it. And Tiana's like they did it so well. I just wish it wouldn't break down as much. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
agreed.
it struggles sometimes, but
And on the struggle bus a lot. Yeah.
it's on the struggle bus. But what they've done with that is just spectacular. I just love I love the new original song that's with it too. It's just
Mhm.
splendid, and I can't wait to do it this week. Like the week that this
Yay!
is dropping, I can't wait to do
Lucky
it later
dog.
this week.
You're probably riding it
Yes.
right now.
I might be.
Yeah,
Well, no,
Oh,
we're on
today
lookout.
we're
baby.
lookout.
You're on
Yeah,
lookout,
but
yeah,
later
No,
this
I'm in the
week, yeah.
ocean.
I can't keep track. We've recorded these shows all
I know,
out of whack.
I'm having some true BBQ,
True,
baby.
true, true,
Yes.
true. We're probably at True, True, 2 BBQ.
There we go.
Yes, having the ribs. All right, so here's the deal. Drop by the Discord because you know the conversation's happening over there and continue the conversation because everybody's hanging out over there talking about the show and the current BOGP channel. And, we'll do this Sunday night. I will unfortunately be back. And we'll have a live call-in show so we can talk about this and the cruise and all the fun on Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Give me a call. Help me get over the depression from being over the cruise because Scott will still be at Walt Disney World.
No, I'll be flying, man. I'll
Oh,
be
yeah, well,
feeling the depression too,
Yeah,
man.
but I mean, I'll have been back for, a little bit. So
Yeah.
come on in. We'll talk some Disney and we'll continue what you think with this topic on Sunday night. So don't forget our show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney vacation for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. Remember, yesterday, this week is Prime Days on Amazon. So as you're shopping, use that link and get the great deals, but also support the show at the same time. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. It's July 8th through the 11th. I can't keep track. Yeah. Today, Amazon
Yeah,
Prime
so
Days.
it's today.
Yeah,
Today's
today's
the
a
9th, I
Prime
think.
Day.
Yeah,
Today's
so-
a Prime Day, baby. So use that link. All right. Also, become a patron of the show. It's $5 a month, and it supports us. It keeps us on the air. Thank you to our patrons who are already over there. I can't thank you enough for that. And when you support us, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. So come over this week. It's patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. Light up our socials. I'm at BeOurGuestMike, Instagram, x.com, and Threads. Scott is at Epscott, EPSCOT. Ricky's at Ricky Nibs, RIKKINIBS. Again, Scott and I are posting all the stuff from the cruise, so make sure you are following us right now because we could be posting from True True Barbecue, showing you the ribs and the chicken and who knows, whatever, a lizard that's going by. Who knows?
And that lizard might be Mike
It
Bankhead.
could probably, exactly. So you never know what you're going to miss if you're not following us today. It's going to be. I'm sure we have a mixology class in like an hour. So
Actually, we have tequila and margarita.
oh,
tasting.
dude, you definitely got to be following us today. It's going to be the best day of the cruise. So yes, follow us there. So let's see, must see adventures. Real quick, 30-second plug. What you got going on?
Yeah, so Alani. So check us out at Alani. We're doing some fun stuff. I just dropped a video while we were on the cruise yesterday. So we're hanging out at Alani. We had breakfast at Makahiki with Mickey Mouse.
I loved
fun-
Makahiki.
Don't you
Yeah.
love Makahiki?
Yeah, it's
You
so
did that,
good.
right, Ricky?
I did, yeah.
That's
I didn't
awesome.
do the character meal. We
Oh,
did
you
dinner.
didn't do the breakfast? Okay.
No, we did dinner, which was still delicious.
That's still awesome.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
yeah. So we did the character breakfast with Mickey, and then we stumbled across a crazy store called Don Donkey. You
Yeehaw.
don't want to miss that. And then, maybe we ran into an interesting adventure later that evening. So tune in, Must See Adventures, like and subscribe, all that stuff. Mike, close us out, baby.
All right, well, real quick, Ricky, what's happening on your channels? Real
Ricky
quick,
too,
30,
yeah.
30 seconds.
Sorry, Ricky.
No, that's okay. So for those who have not been paying attention to my socials on Disney World After All, I've actually started doing these short, what I call mini-sodes. So they're little news bites, and they actually will tell you kind of what's going on with Disney in a video format. So that way you can catch up on video. So they're a little bit longer, but not terribly long. So I try to keep them anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. At the most, when of course there's a lot of news, I'll do like 15. I don't do them every week, but I do them when the news is kind of hopping. So you'll get a random one. I try to do it at least once a week, but sometimes I go a little bit longer. So but they are on the regular, so I just started doing them. You can catch them. So I do the full one on YouTube. So I do have a YouTube channel for a Disney World After All, so you can go watch those there. But I also do little short ones on TikTok and Instagram Reels as well. So you can catch those by following me on those platforms too. But the mini-sodes have been fun to do. And it's great having conversations with everybody about what's going on in the Disney news sphere. And like I said, they're little short nuggets, so that way you don't have to sit through a whole 30-minute news show about Disney stuff. You just get the little blurbs. So I make them real short for you.
All right, so check out all that content, and we are going to be getting back to the beach. The beach is
let's go.
Let's go.
Jealous.
It's a great
okay.
Wednesday.
You guys are having a great time, and I'm so happy for you.
Love it. All right, so we'll be checking you out when we get back. So until then, for Ricky and Scott, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.